4 cups of water. You might be wondering why I have 4 cups of water in front of me right now. Well, they represent the amount of saliva that your body produces every single day without even thinking about it. Your body does this naturally to help start digestion. Digestion is a complex process that involves breaking down nutrients into smaller pieces that can then be absorbed and removed as waste, both of which are very important in keeping the body healthy and functioning properly. Today, we will talk about the 3 main steps of the digestive process. First, how it starts when food enters our mouth and continues to our stomach. Second, how nutrients are absorbed and broken down in the small intestine. And third, how waste is processed and eliminated in the large intestine. Your digestive system begins to work as soon as you take a bite out of your food. According to a trusted health organization called the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestion and Kidney Diseases, digestion starts as soon as food enters the mouth and saliva is secreted to moisten it. As you chew, the food is broken into smaller pieces that make it easier to swallow. After swallowing, your tongue helps push the food down your throat and into the esophagus, a tunnel leading to the stomach. As the food is pushed towards the stomach, that is the process called peristalsis, where it uses muscle contractions to force the food into the stomach. Once the food reaches the stomach, it is mixed with digestive fluids like acids and enzymes, which are special proteins that help break down food even more. The food in the small intestine is turned into chyme, an acidic liquid that is released into the small intestine. Now that we've learned how digestion first occurs in the mouth and goes through to the esophagus and the stomach, let's move on to where most digestion and absorption of nutrients takes place, in the small intestine. The chyme from the stomach mixes with digestive enzymes from the pancreas and bile from the gallbladder, which both help break down nutrients even more that the body can now use or store for until it's needed. A well-known educational resource known as Encyclopedia Britannica explains that the inner lining of the small intestine is covered in thousands of tiny hill-like structures called microvilli. Since there are so many of them, it increases the surface area and it makes absorption of nutrients more efficient when going into the bloodstream. Once nutrients are absorbed there, they go through the bloodstream to the cells, where they provide us with energy and help our bodies grow and even repair themselves when it's needed. Along with the nutrients, water is also absorbed through the small intestine. After learning about nutrients absorption in the small intestine, I'm going to tell you what happens to the food that the small intestine cannot break down. Nutrients the body cannot break down are moved into the large intestine, which is responsible for processing and eliminating waste from the body. As the leftover food enters the large intestine, water that wasn't absorbed earlier now gets absorbed into the bloodstream, helping keep the body hydrated. The remaining nutrients are then broken down by the bacteria in the large intestine, and they help produce vitamins that the body can now use. Finally, the waste is then hardened into stool, which is stored in the rectum until it is expelled during a bowel movement, and therefore completing the digestive process. After learning how the large intestine plays a role in removing excess waste, we can review the main steps we discussed. We learned how digestion begins in the mouth with saliva and chewing, continues in the small intestine where nutrients are absorbed, and finishes in the large intestine where waste is removed from the body. Our bodies stay alive and functioning properly because of the digestive system, a process that breaks down food, absorbs nutrients, and eliminates waste. And it all begins with 4 cups of saliva that work every day to help make a big difference in keeping us healthy.